The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete. The sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
A very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing later this afternoon from Santa Anita Breeders' Cup 2019, and not without some local interest this year. Here at the top of the show, Dick and I will talk about the big day from Southern California. On the track, we had a local jockey on the cusp of a career milestone. Would he get that milestone victory in the slot here on Sunday afternoon? Our national coverage has action from both Belmont and Keeneland. And later on in the show, Dick and I will discuss whether our favorite long shot trader, Uriah St. Louis, has ever been 7-5 for $150,000. Could that be? We'll have that later on in the show. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down on the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing. And this man who has had every Breeders' Cup Classic winner since 1926, it's my man, Dick Girardi. Dick, one of our favorite days of the year today.
Yeah, there's no question. Breeders' Cup Saturday is the best gambling day of the year. It's the final exam for all those who've been paying attention to all the big races from start of the year till now. And it's kind of a pass-fail. Either you have more money at the end of the day or you don't. It's not that complicated.
Well, sometimes I've passed and sometimes I've failed. I guess that's pretty much all been there. Dick, let's start with the Breeders' Cup Classic. Yep. Lots of money on the line. McKenzie, 3-1 favorite. Are you surprised that he's favored here?
I'm not. He's had a really solid year. He's our last year's Pennsylvania Derby winner. What he hasn't done is win all of his races, and his last race was particularly like, what? You know, how did he lose to Mongolian Groom? So there are more questions than usual, but it is Bob Baffert. This is a change of rider to Joel Rosario. I suspect it's because they think they need a stronger, younger rider than Mike Smith. Nothing against Mike, who's tactically brilliant. But he's got to prove it. He's got to beat the best, and this is obviously the best overall field that's been assembled all year long.
Now, Bob obviously went out last year and said that he made a huge mistake by putting McKenzie in the Classic. You know he wasn't going to repeat that this time around.
Yeah, and I think you can make a case, Keith, in the Awesome Again when he ran second. That wasn't the goal. Maybe he was a little short. Maybe he hadn't trained him harder. Well, if you watched his workouts, he's really trained him really hard for this race. And he has the best series of buyer figures all year long. Again, he's the most logical winner, but there are other horses who can do the number that's going to win this race. They just don't do it all the time.
Now, Dick, you talk about the numbers. Most of the numbers that he has accumulated have come at a shorter distance than a mile and a quarter. Can he run that kind of a number at this farther distance?
I think he can. I think the people make a huge mistake, Keith, and they've been doing it for years. Well, he can win at a mile and an eighth, but he can't win at a mile and a quarter. Well, it's 220 yards. In a horse race, that's not gigantic. And most horse races are won by the quarter pole or just inside it. The horse that makes the first run. Now, keep in mind, this is a race without a lot of speed, so tactics are going to be huge here. McKenzie's going to be prominent throughout. There's even a chance he could lead, but again, there are clearly other horses in here that could win, no doubt.
Dick, the really improving 3-year-old here toward the end of the year drew the outside post code of honor. What do you think his chances today?
I think he's live. I see nothing wrong with him. Look, Shug has not had a very good record through the years when he's gone to Southern California in the Breeders' Cup. But the Eastern horses in general haven't. But keep in mind, this is a very different Santa Anita racetrack surface than we've seen in the past, Keith. In fact, it's very analogous to what we have here at Parks. It's more like an East Coast surface. It's slower, it's deeper. So I suspect the East Coast horses are going to do better than they ever have out there.
Dick, we talked about some of the local flavor. Of course, Math Wizard is in the Classic. He didn't get much support in the morning line at 30-1. Drew the inside gate. And Spun to Run is in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and he is getting some respect at the morning line. 6-1, and Irad Ortiz is going to pick up the ride.
As he should. First, a Math Wizard. I got a piece on Let'sGoRacingParks.com on John Finelli, of course, was with us last week. You got part of the story on the show last week. You get the rest of it, including the paper where he was writing down the names of the horses he might want to claim last January 31st, and he has Math Wizard circled for 25. What a story that is. That's on the website. As far as Spun to Run, look, he ran the 110. It's been confirmed. There's been 2 next out winners. One of them we'll talk about here, forewarned, who won in Ohio. I think he's very live. Carlos Guerrero, 3 weeks. He's been running a lot. But man, Carlos has great confidence in this horse. He changed the blinkers a little bit last time. That might have been one of the reasons why he blew up. People are going to say, well, it was just one figure. Here's my deal on one figure horses when they do it, Keith. If the price is right the next time, bet them. If it's one figure, but they're going to be like 6 to 5, do not. This horse is not going to be 6 to 5. Right. Getting Irad Ortiz is not a bad thing, and nothing against Michael Sanchez. I really hoped for he and Joe Hampshire he'd get the mount, but if Irad's available, we get it. So yeah, what a thing. Bob Donaldson, Carlos Guerrero, and I think they have a chance. Omaha Beach will be the heavy favorite. Right. There's a lot of good horses in there. But I will say this, if they all run their very best race, well, at best any horse has ever run is the Spun to Run here in the Valesi.
Right. Well, Dick, we have more Breeders' Cup stuff to talk about. Let's put that on the back burner here because we want to talk about the Sprint, which is just a serious heat, and we'll get to that in just a bit. But let's get to our local race of the week here, and Dick, we're going to move to Sunday afternoon, and we don't usually show a 7,500 non-winners of 4, but there's a reason we're doing so today. 5.5 furlongs is the distance. It drew a field of 7. The favorite is number 3, Petulant Delight, gets bet down to 6 to 5 for trainer Kate DeMasi. And Dick, this was a $16,000 claim, and now being offered for less than that. Not usually a great sign.
Yeah, not typically a great sign. Or is Kate, are they dropping just to try to win and get out, or is something else going on?
Second choice, number 7, Tambora, is 3 to 1, coming in for trainer Carlos Mencia. Now this was an $8,000 claim, and Dick, this is a horse that looks to be forwardly placed from outside gate, and jockey Roberto Rosado currently with 999 career wins.
Could that be why we're showing this race?
I don't know. Are you a little foreshadowing here? This was a great stretch run.
Yes, it was.
Here's the call of our local feature. Tambora going head-to-head with Petulant Delight as those two run to the far turn. He's got away with words. Now advances outside to be third. Smooth Don B. About 3.5 back, fourth down at the inside. After that, Hatteras bound free for nothing. And Buzz with Onyx. It's Tambora in front. Coming to the quarter pole, Tambora leads 3 parts of a length. He's got away with words on the outside, poised for the final 3/16. Petulant Delight has dropped back now third on the far outside, and then it's Smooth Don B and Hatteras bound. They're inside the last furlong. Tambora the inside on the outside. He's got away with words. He's got away with words. Is put ahead in front. Tambora fights on the inside. Tambora, he's got away with words. Those two heads apart. Coming down to the finish. Tambora fighting back. It's Tambora. Tambora's got it. Well, Dick, Tambora indeed forwardly placed. Gave up the lead with about an eighth to go, but Dick battled back, and Roberto Rosado gets his 1,000th career win. The official margin of victory was a neck, paid $8.40 to win. And Dick, it's been a while, but he actually has an Eclipse Award on his shelf.
Yeah, and you know, look, winning 1,000 races in this sport is quite an accomplishment. Winning a race is hard. Doing it 1,000 times, so congratulations to Roberto.
Well, I think it was 1997, and this may have been the only time it happened. The Apprentice Award was shared by he and Phil Teeter, and I don't think there's ever been a tie before, but those two both shared the Eclipse Award as the nation's top apprentice back in 1997. And our congratulations to Robbie, one of the really nice guys down at our jockey's room. Well, let's get to our first break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Do you want to talk about the Sprint?
Yes, we do.
I know you want to talk about the Sprint. We'll talk about that when we come back after this.
Imperial Hit will try to battle back on the inside. Can he do it?
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing on this Breeders' Cup Saturday, and there is no better place to come out and enjoy and bet the Breeders' Cup than right here at Parks. Of course, we have our live racing and it starts on the West Coast, so it begins a little bit later in the day, and then we'll start to intersperse those races in between. But it's going to be a great day. Come out and enjoy it right here with us. Dick, we love the sprint. When the fields came out and you sent it to me, I looked at this race. You talk about loaded. What a race the sprint is.
I think this is the best race of the weekend, and I think it's going to be the most difficult race to win. And I said the key to this is going to be post positions, because there's all these speed horses, there's all these terrific stalkers. And I was saying to myself, boy, Imperial Hint has been so good for so long. He's done everything but win this race and get an Eclipse Award. Can he get an outside post with Chancelot to his inside and Matola to the inside of Chancelot? Yes, yes, and yes. It came up just perfect. Now, he's going to have to run great, and he's done it. But if every horse in this race runs their very best, I think Imperial Hint's going to win. And I love the fact that Javier has him in the 9 post, the speed to his inside, and I think his best race, Keith, when he sits 2 or 3 lengths off the pace, makes that incredible turn run and keeps going, and they can't catch the little rocket ship. Of course, he was stabled here for a couple of years with Louis Carvajal and Raymond Ramon, who's almost 90 years old. It's a great story. Would love to see it, but man, this is going to be a tough race to win.
Oh, you mentioned Matoli, Dick. I mean, he has just been so good.
Yes.
Now, Imperial Hint did beat him the last time the two faced each other, but Matoli is opening up at 9-5, and when you look at his buyers, Dick, he is just so fast.
No, he's tremendous, and the only race he lost, the race where Imperial Hint set the track record at Saratoga, he was on the dead rail.
Right.
So he had a legitimate excuse. As I'm trying to visualize the race, to me it just looks like Matoli has a slightly harder way to go than Imperial Hint. And you also have the idea of Chancelot, if he's loose in the lead. I mean, he had 121 buyer earlier this year. He just gets caught by Omaha Beach, no disgrace, so he's dangerous. It's just a great race, and I can't wait to see it.
Dick, Euro's, of course, so prominent at all of the turf races, but one Euro that's not going to come is the Euro that almost beat Enable last year, and that's Magical.
We had a great filly, Magical. She was ticketed to come. They were ready to get her on a plane with Aidan O'Brien's horses. She came down, spiked a fever. They said not only is she not coming, she's going to be retired. So her last race was in the Arc, and she ran, I don't know, she beat 5 lengths, but it was just still, it would have been an awesome turf if she ran against Bricks and Mortar in the turf. It would have been fun to see, but now Bricks and Mortar obviously going to be a big favorite.
Yeah, love Bricks and Mortar, one of my favorite horses. Be good to see how he makes out at 1.25 miles, at 1.5 miles, excuse me, in the turf. Well, Dick, let's get to some more racing action. Let's start our national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. How about we start at Belmont Park with a race called the Grade 3 Bold Ruler.
Yes, sir.
And Dick, number 1, it's Maximum Security. He's back. 3-5 is the price, going 7 furlongs. Now, Dick, he has not been seen since the Haskell.
Yeah, and he was going to run here, obviously, in the Pennsylvania Derby. Came down with a colic, so he's been out since July 20th. There's some other pretty fast horses. He has the rail, so he's going to have to run the whole way. But it's Maximum Security. He's awfully talented.
Dick, number 8, Prince Lucky is the second choice here at 7-2 for trainer Todd Pletcher. He is bred and owned by Dan McConnell, a terrific Pennsylvania bred. He's a Grade 2 winner, and he has 4 buyers over 100.
Now, he's a really neat horse. He's closing on 600,000, and he will make Maximum Security run. But the problem is when Maximum Security runs, everybody else is usually running for second.
3-5 off the layoff. Here's Maximum Security in the Bold Ruler.
Front-running Maximum Security, who heads up the backstretch with company from True Timber through an opening quarter mile in 22.9 seconds. Outside of them, Diamond King is perched out there 3 wide. Prince Lucky 4 deep in 4th as they head toward the half-mile pole. Tale of Silence is next. Killybegg's Captain is 4 lengths off the lead. Around the far turn, Maximum Security, the leader by just a neck. True Timber, Diamond King, and Prince Lucky clinging to him on the far turn. Then Killybegg's Captain and Tale of Silence. A 45.22 half for Maximum Security, who's tested all the way so far. The leader at the top of the stretch by just a neck. Diamond King runs with him in second. Prince Lucky goes up on the outside. True Timber can't stick with them. They're coming to the final furlong. Maximum Security under a drive from Luis Saez, holding on to this lead. He's in front by 2.5 lengths, close to home.
Well, Dick, they hounded Maximum Security. He was pressured through most of the first half mile. He turned for home and he opened up. Dick, he ended up drawing off and then cruising under the line just almost 2 lengths in front base. $3.20 to win. And Dick, I just can't help but wonder if he had just stayed healthy throughout the course of the summer and heading into the fall season, what we would have seen.
Yeah, this is a 106 buyer, which was a career best off the long layoff.
Oh.
And boy, if they'd have been able to run here, and look, I know John Finelli thrilled that Math Wizard won. It would have been hard to beat Maximum Security in the PA Derby, but he didn't run, so therefore he couldn't get ready for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Jason Service has to look at these past performances and be sick because there's no speed in the Classic. If Maximum Security was in, he would be the speed. Somebody would have to try to catch him.
So what's he going to do now after the Bold Ruler?
Sounds like maybe the Clark at Churchill late November or the Cigar Mile early December, and then they're obviously looking at the Pegasus at Gulfstream, which is where he got his start last year with all that cash.
Well, Dick, let's stay up at Belmont Park for more national coverage. They had a couple of grass races on Saturday afternoon. We're going to take a look at the one for the 2-year-olds. It's the Awa. They'll go a mile for $100,000. The favorite, number 3, Tiesto, is 2-1 for trainer Billy Mott, and Dick was an 11-1 winner first time out.
Yeah, Bill doesn't win often with first-time starters. The horse didn't get bet. Generally speaking, when that happens, it's probably a pretty good horse.
Second choice is number 9, By Land and Sea, who we've seen here locally.
Yes,
He's trained by Steve Clasaris. He's 3-1. In his debut at Saratoga, Dick, probably too short, but in his second race here at Parks, he really ran great to break the maiden.
PA Derby and broke the course record. Look, we don't run 7.5 on the grass very often, but 130 flat is a serious time.
Here's the Awa for 2-year-olds. Here's the call.
A fast break by Noble Emotion on the inside, and Get Smokin's got speed too. And right up there too is By Land and Sea. And then it's Talking Away running in 4th position. In behind them, then Tiesto along the rail, No Lime, Don Juan Kitten. Break of 3.5 to me and Mr. C, who's climbing a bit up the backstretch on the outside of Irish Mia's. The trailer is Pixelate. Up the backstretch they go. This opening quarter mile was 23:06. They're moving right along here with Noble Emotion in front. 3/4 of a length to Get Smokin' in second. Talking is 2 lengths off of them in third. Tiesto is sent through an opening on the inside to get closer up now. 3.5 lengths off the lead. By Land and Sea is outside of No Lime. And then Don Juan Kitten and Irish Me is along the rail. Me and Mr. C has 9 lengths to make up. Pixelate is the trailer as they complete this first half mile in 46.89 seconds. It's been Noble Emotion so far. A half-length lead on the far turn to Get Smokin' in second. On the outside is Talking in third. Tiesto's 2 lengths off the lead, now being nudged on to go from 4th. By Land and Sea is next. Then Don Juan Kitten on the far outside, putting it a bid. Irish Mia's, No Lime, and Pixelate, and they're into the stretch. Noble Emotion off the turn in front. Talking here on the outside is Don Juan Kitten. By Land and Sea is in it too. Don Juan Kitten and By Land and Sea are now 1-2. Pixelate is finishing on the outside. Then Talking along the rail, followed by Irish Mia. By Land and Sea, battling on inside of Don Juan Kitten. Pixelate a late move. They're coming to the line. By Land and Sea.
Well, Dick, By Land and Sea showed a good deal of fight here. He lost the lead in mid-stretch, and you know what? He just fought on the inside and then had to hold off another late runner on the outside to win it by a neck pace, $8.70 to win. And for Steve, with his 3rd career start for By Land and Sea, he is a stakes winner.
He is, and it's interesting, Keith, that story I wrote about, remember the mother and son running on the same card? The mother, of course, Enthusiastic Gal, the son Get Set, both trained by Steve. Enthusiastic Gal out of Twiggles. This horse, By Land and Sea, also Twiggles, which makes Get Set like his uncle, or maybe vice versa. I'm confusing myself. By Land and Sea. Steve told me he thought this was the best of all out of Twiggles, and obviously he was right. This is a stakes winner, and yeah, that story is on the website too from a couple of weeks ago about the mother and son who ran here on PA Derby Day.
Well, congratulations, By Land and Sea. Good-looking turf horse for our buddy Steve Glasaris. Let's get down to Keeneland for their big race of the weekend. It's the Grade 2 Fayette. They'll go 1 mile and 1/8 for $200,000. Dick, the favorite here is number 3, Tom's D'Etat. He goes off at 3-2 for Al Stahl Jr. 7 career wins. He's won a lot of money, almost $800,000, but he's still looking for that signature win.
Yeah, it's interesting. He ran really well in the Woodward. He was 4th, beaten less than 2 lengths by Preservationist and Bal Harbor. And so, yeah, he's solid in here. He doesn't run bad races.
Number 8, Bal Harbor, as you just mentioned, was 2nd in the Woodward at a big price. You get 5-2, though, today, and he just continues to improve his numbers, so you'd expect him to be tough for Todd.
Yeah, he's over $500,000, and Mr. Pletcher has won some big races.
Sloppy Racetrack at Keeneland. Here's the call.
Mr. Freeze moves up the inside, has the early lead. Tom's D'Etat goes a close-up second into the turn. Everfast is third, angles down toward the rail to try to save some ground. Another length and a half. Mosquito Rojo to the far outside, 3 lanes off the rail, in fourth by a neck. Bal Harbor wants to move on and moves up in between horses from fifth into third, just a length and a half off the lead. Further back, Own Agenda is sixth. The Great Day, seventh toward the inside, Tenfold is eighth. Core Beliefs ninth, 23.53 seconds, the time for the first quarter. Tom's D'Etat alongside of Mr. Freeze matching strides. That's the battle for the lead. Bal Harbor 2 lengths off the front pair in third. Everfast fourth toward the inside. Own Agenda is fifth in between horses. Mosquito Rojo sixth to the far outside, starts moving up within 4 lengths of the lead, but will be wide onto the far turn. Tenfold the Great Day, Core Beliefs, 47.81 seconds the time for the first half mile. Mr. Freeze, Tom's D'Etat continue to go at it for the top spot around the far turn. Tom's D'Etat has a head in front now. Gap of 2.5 more back to Bal Harbor, who is third and not responding yet to the urging from Tyler Gaffalione as they come to the top of the stretch. Mr. Freeze against the rail. Tom's D'Etat to the outside. These two continue their struggle for the lead. A gap of 5 back to Bal Harbor in third. Own Agenda in fourth. And then Mosquito Rojo and Core Beliefs. Tom's D'Etat into the final furlong. Wrestles the lead away from Mr. Freeze, and Tom's D'Etat is on his way to winning the Hagyard Fayette. Tom's D'Etat.
Well, there is your signature win, Dick. Tom's D'Etat, Grade 2 winner, gets the perfect stalking trip and then draws off to win by better than 4 at the end. You get $5 to win. Number 2, Mr. Freeze, finishes second. And Dick, Tom's D'Etat, as you said, he's been solid. He continues to run big buyers. About time he finally broke through.
Yeah, and he's been really well managed by Al Stahl. He's putting them in Grade 2s, an occasional Grade 1. He's just racking up money here and there and over another 120,000. Closing on $1 million. That's 5 straight triple-digit buyers for Tom's D'Etat.
And a Grade 2 winner. Let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing. Weekly awards to give out. Some more racing action to take a look at. More Breeders' Cup. We're not done. Stay with us. Be back after this.
Looking to join the thrill and excitement of thoroughbred racehorse ownership? Pewter Stable can get you started. With more than 25 years of experience under the leadership of Greg and Kate DeMasi, Pewter Stable is one of the industry's leaders in racing partnerships, winning hundreds of races and millions of dollars at racetracks all over the Mid-Atlantic, including New York. No markup, no management fees makes our partnerships unique and affordable. We are Pewter Stable.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner low mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trade of the Week brought to you by the good folks at Turning for Home. A great retirement outfit. Log on to their website at turningforhome.org. Dick, hands down, our buddy Roberto Rosado with 1,000 career wins. Again, our congratulations to Robbie. And Dick, you know what? Steve Clasaris.
Yes.
He ran second in that Grade 3 race last week up in New York and then comes back with the win of the Onward. So we're going to give Steve Clasaris the nod as your Trainer of the Week. Well, let's get to Race Recap. Race Recap is now brought to you by Pewter Stable. Log on to their website at pewterstable.com and become an owner today. Let's go back up to Belmont Park and take a look at the English Channel. That's 3-year-olds at a mile for $100,000. Dick, Chad Brown never loses, right?
Nah.
Number 6, Front Run the Fed is 7-5. But you know what? Here comes the wave. It's Seismic Wave.
For Bill Mott, by son of Tap It.
There you go.
He's been known to win some races. So, yeah, gets up by half a length here.
Big late run out in the middle of the course. We never see that, do we? $11.40 to win. Let's go to Santa Anita, the Grade 3 Autumn Miss. 3-year-old fillies at a mile on the grass for $100,000. Number 3, Hidden Message. The 8-5 favorite for Simon Callahan. Second career start here in the U.S. But Dick, number 5, Keeper of the Stars, gets off the inside and then just surges past.
Does surge. Look like a kind of a lone speed type. Didn't get anywhere near the front. Instead is surging, as you said here, Keith, at the end. It's going to win at 5-1 for Jonathan Wong. And if you haven't heard of him, he's got 140 wins this year out on the West Coast and counting.
And you get $12.20 to win for your $2 on Keeper of the Stars. Well, Dick, more Breeders' Cup action, and as I looked at the PPs, one of the really crazy races, how about the turf sprint?
That will not be a race where I'm taking a major stand, because anything could possibly happen in there. And if there's any justice in the world, pure sensation. The Park Star gets home and wins, but man, it is a tough race.
It's crazy when it, Dick, absolutely Breeders' Cup turf. Filly and Mare goes through Sister Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't lost a grade 1 in the US of A ever.
Ever.
Yeah, she's undefeated this year. She's the defending champion. She's Chad Brown. There's a couple of pretty good Euros in here, but she beat the Euros last year. Somebody's got to run great to beat the sister.
And Chad always sends out that rabbit to set it up for the sister.
She'll be out there by 10, rolling in front.
And Dick, we have to mention Midnight Bisou. She's trying to finish up a perfect season.
Yeah, look, she's in play for Horse of the Year at this point. If she wins and some kind of oddball horse wins the Classic, then she's going to get votes. It's hard to pick a horse who doesn't run against the boys, but undefeated is undefeated. It's a good race, but she's going to be hard to beat, too.
Dick, let's get to our final break. You love Halloween, don't you?
I do.
What are you going to dress up?
Candy corn, man.
There you go.
That's my thing. I was at a party the other night. I dressed up as a baseball player.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with news and notes after this.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing on this Breeders' Cup Saturday. News and Notes is brought to you by the Granny Fund. Get involved with the Granny Fund and help out that continued education of the backstretch. Granny Fund, make your contributions today. Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones. And again, come out and enjoy the day. Bet all the action right here at Parks. And Dick, we mentioned Halloween. Our buddy Michael Sanchez, pretty fired up about Halloween.
Hey, why wouldn't he be?
Well, he and Danny Gibson met up. Here's more.
Hi, this is Danny Gibson from the PTHA. I'm with the Joker, really jockey Michael Sanchez. So what was your inspiration behind working horses this morning as the Joker?
Just having fun, coming out here, enjoying Halloween, and making everybody laugh.
You look amazing, so I hope you change for later because you might be scaring all the horses. See ya.
Like everybody, and our friend Bruce likes to dress up for Halloween here. A little Game of Thrones action here.
The Night King.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I don't even know what the Night King is. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but anyway.
If it's Bruce, it's all good.
Absolutely. Dick, Uriah St. Louis, our favorite long shot trainer.
Yes, sir.
$150,000 stake in Ohio with forewarning. He was 7-5. He's never 7-5.
He was. He's an Ohio bred. It was an Ohio bred stake, and he wins it forewarned. And it just comes back again how good that Spun to Run race was. He got beat 10 3/4 by Spun to Run. Of course, will run later today in the Dirt Mile.
Our man Uriah.
At 7-5. Come on, Uriah. That's confusing for us.
Got to mess up his legacy here. Well, come out again. Enjoy the races right here with us, Dick. Enjoy your day out on the West Coast. And you'll be back with us next week, won't you? And hopefully with a pocket a little bit bigger than when you went out.
That would be nice.
We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.